All right, good evening, friends. Sorry this is interrupting your Super Bowl activities. We shouldn't be too long so you won't miss too many of the new commercials and definitely won't miss the halftime show. I know I was just scarfing down some wings with my family too up there. Just a reminder, you need to complete your setup always before our web conferences, and hopefully you already completed that this evening. So as we get started, just a reminder to remove all distractions, close your door, turn off your phones, pause the Super Bowl if you want. I know I got my kids up there running around right now, so just remove distractions. And we want to go through our quality check. Just make sure you can see the record symbol up in the upper left corner. Make sure you can hear me. And if you completed the audio video setup. So if you have all those three things ready to go, go ahead and raise your hand for me. Perfect. Looks like we're ready to go. So we are in week 3, talking about technology and thinking. So using our text, Thinking Collaboratively by Garrison, and the first 4 chapters that we've kind of made it through, and then things we've talked about, how this is all tying into our K-12 public education world as you guys as teachers and how you're integrating the technology into your classroom. So by the end of this web conference and after you completed your reading of chapters 3 and 4, there are 4 learning objectives. You should be able to discuss how technology is changing the way students think and learn. You'll be able to explain how technology can increase collaborative thinking and learning in the classroom. You'll be able to reflect on how technology in the classroom can increase engaged learning, and you'll be able to compare distractions by technology to engagement through technology. So thinking about you as a high school classroom teacher, how do you feel technology, or do you feel technology is changing how your students think and learn? So do you feel technology actually changing how your students are thinking and learning? If you feel yes, I want you to do a thumbs up emoticon, and if you say no, I want you to do a thumbs down emoticon. So do you feel technology is changing how your students think and learn? Well, looks like everybody's in agreement that yes, technology is definitely changing how our students are thinking and learning. Would anyone here just briefly, real quick, to turn your mic on and give a quick response or quick expansion on how you feel technology is changing how your students think and learn?
I think the biggest impact is it significantly shortens their attention span, so it's harder to engage them for as long without actually implementing technology into your classroom.
Great, and Hannah agreed as well. So definitely technology is changing how our students think and learn, and there's definitely some positive impacts and some negative impacts depending on how that technology is being integrated. There's actually 2 big questions. Garrison presented at the beginning of chapter 3, how is technology changing how students think and learn, and what technology is impacting our students' thinking and learning. So, whoops, I didn't mean to go to that slide. I'm going to go back. So I agree with those 2 big questions, and especially as public educators, we have the technology resources increasing, teaching resources, instructional resources, learning tools. Those are all increasing, and if used effectively, you know, they're definitely having an impact on our thinking and learning. But at the same time, you have the social media, you have games, you have, you know, just different aspects that the students are listening to music, watching videos that are also impacting their student learning. So I found this video, and it actually is just about 2.5 minutes long, and it shows a lesson in 7th grade, and it's called Mystery Skype, and it goes through a lesson, and these kids actually use technology to enhance their learning, engage the students, build on their skills beyond the content, which is one of the things Garrison talked about when he was talking about with technology, we can go beyond just the content and really again. So I'm going to put this link for the video here in the chat. If you'll just click on that link, and it'll take about 2.5 minutes to watch that video, and when you get back, just type in the chat that you're back. So I'll see you guys back here in about 2.5 minutes.
Sure. What? Welcome. What do you want? What she said?
Great, looks like everybody's back. So you watched that lesson for about 2.5 minutes. So in the chat, while we're still there, go ahead and just give 2 or 3 positives that you saw related to the instruction and the learning in that mystery Skype video. 2 or 3 positives. Great. Justine says engagement and excitement. Hannah encouraged collaboration and utilized technology that was helpful. And I like your comment about helpful, not hindering. We've had lots of conversation about making technology helpful and not hindering. And coming from a curriculum director and a former public education classroom teacher, the engagement and the excitement of those students was just amazing. It just inspired me. Technology can engage students in thinking and learning approaches that are reflective and collaborative. So if you think about the technologies that you use in your classroom, that other teachers use in the building, or ones we definitely have available in our district, how is that changing education? And I think it's pretty remarkable how some of it is changing education and the benefits when it's being used appropriately. But at the same time, there are some negative impacts of it. So if it is used effectively, I think it's really upping our game as educators and helping our students build better skills like critical thinking and problem solving and connecting with people that I know our employers are really looking for in our graduates. So if you remember, reflective learning is from previous classes about reflecting on learning experiences and having the kids build on critical thinking skills. And then the collaborative learning piece of it where they're having learning is a lot more social, they're collaborative, listening to other, perspectives and being able to challenge their own. And it's really leading towards deeper engagement like we just saw in that video. So we're going to take a poll, but for some reason my poll is not showing up on my screen for me to use. So I'm just going to have you use your pointer tool. And which of the following is not a benefit of reflective and collaborative learning with technology? So which is not a benefit? Critical thinking, engagement, distraction, connecting people. Just use your pointer tool. Great. I think it was unanimous. Everybody said distraction is not a benefit. So I really have to tell you guys, I subscribe to a magazine called Educational Leadership, and I just got this magazine 2 weeks ago. And the new issue is called The Tech Savvy School.
Mom!
And here I just listed 6 of the articles
19,
that are in this
20,
issue.
21.
I'm not going to read them to you. Obviously, you can read. Some of those articles were amazing and talking about exactly, things we're reading about, things that we're discussing, and really talking about how to use technology effectively in your classroom. The Shared Vision
Hi.
is a really good article about making sure everybody's on the same page, has the same goals, working towards the same vision. And the very last article that I have listed
Mommy,
there about not forgetting
Does
the teachers.
it record me on there?
We definitely have a
Okay.
lot of resources in our district, but I think we're lacking in training of our teachers. So you can provide a lot of technology resources and different programs, but if the teachers don't know how to use them or can't witness how they're used effectively, it's not really going to be much of a benefit. So I did put the link there for the magazine that you can find on Google and look at some of the articles. And here, the author article, Liz Kolb, she developed, it's called the Triple E framework, and it's talking about 3 elements of your technology, making sure it's engaging, it's enhancement, and extension. And these are just 9 questions that you need to make sure are in place to make sure that technology is engaging and enhancing.
I have a song.
And not just being used
I can't get it out.
as a tool or kids being distracted or just listening to music or doing research or just writing papers.
How dare you? Kids being distracting.
So thinking about supporting collaborative thinking and learning, here are 3 pictures. What I want you to do is, using your shape tools, select the picture that you think shows the students that are engaged and excited about learning.
I think that one. Mommy, I think the one on the very bottom. I think it's the bottom one. Click.
Perfect. The top 2 look like they're just either texting or searching Facebook or Snapchat or something, but the last one, 3 little girls really excited about something that they are looking at there on their computer.
her computer.
So we've talked about using the instructional technology
I
as
need to
teachers
get a
to
drink of water.
encourage collaboration. It is beyond research and typing papers, like we've said. You have to be able to use it appropriately, effectively. You want the kids to
Because
be
I'd
engaged
talking
and collaborate.
like all crazy.
So
Yeah,
what tech
embarrassing
tool do you
for you.
use in your
Not me.
class
They don't know me.
that you think encourages collaboration and engagement?
People might know me.
And
Did you
using
hear
your
that?
text tool, if you just type up there something that you use, whether it's Google, whether it's
It's not loud.
BB Ultra, whether it's
Yeah,
Google Docs.
yeah. It's at 15. Why do you need it to be at 15?
to be here for when it stops and you just stop it. Great, those are some good examples. Blackboard, SharePoint, and YouTube, great examples. So that concludes today's web conference. Really thinking about technology and how it can be used effectively to build collaboration, whether it's distance learning and you're being able to connect to the students instead of standing up face to face and not all of them are participating, being able to just really build on that engagement. So are there any questions? Yes.
Can I still breathe into this?
All right, if there are no questions, have a good night. Enjoy your week, and I will see you soon.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hi. Hi.